Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Brunch with Brian. Yes, happy to have you here on our daily live stream. This is your daily helping of smiles and success thinking. Yes, that's what you can think of this. It's your daily helping of smiles and success thinking. So we start with a smile as always. So put a big smile on your face and your brain will start to provide you with some reasons why you're smiling. So big smile on your face for 30 seconds when we start. So what makes you smile? What makes you happy today? What gives you a smile? What makes you appreciate your life? Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about it, and I'm going to give you an assignment today about smiling, because believe it or not, today is National Smile Power Day. So sometimes we talk about national days if they're interesting. And so one of the interesting national days, it's National Nature Photography Day today. So you should go out and take a picture of nature. And it's also National Smile Power Day. So that's awesome. You know how we believe in smiles so much and the power of smiles. It's the quickest, easiest, freest, cheapest window to a positive state of mind. And I always talk about motion creates emotion. So how hard is it to smile and create positive emotion? So that's what we always love to do, is start with a big smile. And of course, we like to keep in good shape and feel strong physically. And we like to do deep breathing. So let's start deep breathing today. 3 big deep breaths. And in. And hold it for a little bit. And let it go. Remember, whenever you let it go, just relax your shoulders. I always like to do 2 things, neck rolls and shoulder rolls. So just think, and this is something you should be thinking of during the day because it's a good tension reliever, neck rolls and shoulder rolls, okay? Because that's where you hold a ton of your tension. And I talk about this about once a week. I talk about self-massage and the best thing when you can do a nice neck massage, okay? But I don't have time for that because I have a lot to talk about today. Actually, and I'm going to give you an assignment. Some things, interesting things in history. The Magna Carta was signed this day in 1215, which I always thought was an interesting date and always stuck with me in history because it was the day that basically the king gave some of the rules that gave power back to the people. So that was neat. George Washington was named our commander-in-chief back in 1775. France surrendered in 1940 on this date. And then they came back big. And the first movie was made of a horse running in 1878. So that was pretty interesting. Now, we talk about smiling a lot, guys. And so when you are smiling, I'm telling you, if you just put the smile on your face, you'll have reasons to smile. It'll give you, your brain will start to provide you reasons because it questions why the smile. And we'll start to line up, and that's all about the power of attraction. And so we want, when I talk about the power of attraction, what do you want? Do you want to have the, do you want to attract positiveness and positive thoughts, success thinking? Absolutely. But if you're moping around and physically it's really a thing. I mean, people who are depressed, what do you think people who are depressed look like? They're kind of shuffling around and looking down and not lively. Okay. Now, if you could say to a depressed person, and now it's hard to get a depressed person to say, hey, just hold your arms up like this and go, yes, 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 yes. And that's one of our favorite affirmations. I am a successful real estate investor. Yes, yes, yes. Actually, let's all do that. Okay. And put your hands up and fists and smile and say, I am a successful real estate investor. Yes, yes, yes. And the more powerfully you do it, the more emotion, the motion creates the emotion. So ready, 1, 2, 3. I am a successful real estate investor. Yes, yes, yes. And with a big smile. Okay. So that kind of energy, and you can crank that energy up anytime. I don't have to be here. Anytime you want, use that affirmation. I am a successful real estate investor, or any of a million other myriad affirmations that you might like. So actually you should have affirmations. So when I talk about the smiling, guys, what makes you smile? So sometimes, putting that smile on your face is a little bit tough, and you experience resistance from your own self. And so you just got to push through that resistance and force yourself to have that smile. But sometimes it does help to go to things that make you smile. So I want you to take this down. These are 3 notes for you that I want you to, whenever you should have these things prepared, because it'll help you smile. It'll help you find your smile. Okay, so number 1, you should have in your memory, or it wouldn't be bad to have it written down. Seriously, when you write something down, it just makes it real. Plus, your eyes visually see it. And when your eyes are visually seeing something, it has another way to process through your brain. And most of us have a lot better retention of things we've visually seen. Just think of all the photographs you've seen in your life and how you can remember them. Okay, so that's your visual memory. So I want you to write this down. Recall at least 2 or 3 times when you were supremely happy, when things were going great and when you just felt great. And or it doesn't have to be some big time in your life when things were great, but just even a moment, sometime that you were very supremely happy. And you should have 2 or 3 of those that you can always kind of fall back on. Actors call it sense memory. You think back of a time when you had that sensual experience of being that happy. So that's one good thing to have in your repertoire, your mental repertoire, to call out, is 2 or 3 super positive memories that make you super happy. That way you can always think of those and the smile comes more naturally. Another thing, and I will admit that I am not the best at this, is telling jokes. And I don't remember jokes that well, and I don't make a point of it. And see, that's the whole thing. If you make a point, you can remember 3 jokes if you just make a point of it. So I'm going to try to do this with you guys. So everybody send in jokes, okay? Send in jokes, post them on the Facebook page, and send us in jokes. If you're watching on YouTube, go over to our Facebook page. And if you are just seeing us on YouTube, you should be seeing us on our Facebook page too. So you can link over there. That's facebook.com/The Wolff Couple. And that's where we put the Brunch with Brian's. So it's under our normal regular website. So go over on Facebook and give me some jokes, guys. Please write in some jokes that we all can use. I'd like you to have 2 or 3 jokes that, they don't have to be brilliant masterpieces of wit. They just have to make you smile. Okay, and so they can be kind of silly kids jokes or, puns, just so long as it makes you smile. So remember, we're going through 3 things that will help you naturally bring a smile when you want. So again, recalling happy times, 2 or 3 of them. You should have them in your brain and easily accessible. And 3 jokes, 2 or 3 jokes that you just have at your disposal that you can use. And then here's one that's really important I want everybody to do today, is write out a list of blessings. And even if, I don't care if you just do it on a note card like this and scribble something down, but somehow physically write out, or some of you guys are pretty into this and you're organizing that, go create a Word file and type "my blessings" at the top. And just start typing. Send yourself an email, "my blessings," and just type them all out in an email, however you are comfortable. But I want this to be something that you can refer back to. So don't have it be a transient method of communication, like an email that you're never going to look at again. Make a file out of it, or make it a card or something that you actually carry with you. Okay, so what are all the list of blessings? You have so many blessings in your life, but just because of the way the human mind is created and human nature, we tend a lot of times to look at the negative or look at the things that need attention and require work. And so those are the things that need fixing. So if you're looking, and then I'm sort of a natural fixer. And so my whole family was engineers. As a lot of you guys know, my dad, both my brothers were electrical engineers. My sister is a chemical engineer. My other sister's a doctor. And so very analytical, brainiac type of family. And so it's very important to be organized. And in this, with that kind of mentality, I love lists. And so if you like lists like that too, build a list of your blessings. And so we all have so many blessings in our lives. And so I want you to write out maybe, at least 5 or 10. Again, you can do a simple format, but I want this to be accessible, that you can continually access it and appreciate all the blessings in your life. I do not do this well enough. Again, I again confess that I'm not good enough at focusing on the bonuses because of that fixer mentality that I got from that engineering background. So if you have a fixer mentality like that, again, you're going to be looking at the problems. You're going to be looking at what needs fixing. And so you tend to focus on sometimes negative aspects of your existence. So, and that's okay. I mean, you do have to focus on stuff that needs fixing and go to fix it. But on a grander scheme, I want you to also focus on those things that bring you joy, make you happy, and give you natural smile power. And it's National Smile Power Day today. So that's what we're all about. One person that passed away in 2014, I wanted to mention here, Casey Kasem, because he was so great. And he seemed very positive, didn't he? And I listened to so many American Top 40. American Top 40. I know some of you guys just related to that. But he was great. And remember his saying, guys, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. So I love that. And that was his sign off. And I realized I don't really have a little sign off for Brunch with Brian. So maybe I'm going to start in honor of Casey Kasem and the fact that I was a DJ in college. I was a mobile unit disc jockey, and I went and played weddings and schools and dances and stuff like that. So that was awesome. And I always liked Casey Kasem so much. So my little sign off, guys, it's going to be something like keep expecting success, taking action, and keep on smiling. Okay, because we always want to smile, guys. Always keep on smiling. And so that's our great Brunch with Brian for today. Very exciting, really good Brunch with Brian today. And so again, keep expecting success, take an action, and keep on smiling. See you tomorrow.